Google DeepMind just announced Veo 2, and it is a text-to-video model that many people are saying is better than Sora. And looking at the results, it actually might be. It's very impressive. Let me show you it. All right, so check out this first video. What I've noticed about Veo 2 is that the quality of realistic video is astounding. And not only that, the physics are really, really good, much better than Sora even. So here's the prompt. An extreme close-up shot focuses on the face of a female DJ, her beautiful, voluminous black curly hair framing her features as she becomes completely absorbed in the music. Her eyes are closed, lost in the rhythm, and a slight smile plays on her lips. The camera captures the subtle movements of her head, and as she nods and sways to the beat, her body instinctively responding to the music pulsating through her headphones and out into the crowd. The shallow depth of field blurs the background. She's surrounded by vibrant neon colors. The close-up emphasizes her captivating presence and the power of music to transport and transcend. That is exactly what we're seeing in this video. The quality, the eyes, there is no uncanny valley in this video. And what Veo 2 does really, really well, apparently, and that's what we're seeing, is camera descriptions. You can tell it the type of camera movement, the lens type, everything. Here's another one. This is more of a cartoon theme. This medium shot with a shallow depth of field, and pausing for a second, that's an important part. You can describe the type of shot much more accurately than you could with Sora. Portrays a cute cartoon girl with wavy brown hair sitting upright in a 1980s kitchen. Her hair is medium length and wavy. She has a small, slightly upturned nose and small rounded ears. She is very animated and excited as she talks to the camera. And here is probably one of the most impressive ones. So this is a car driving through the street. Reflections everywhere, car burning out. We're seeing smoke come out of the wheels. The smoke looks completely real. Here's the prompt: low angle tracking shot, 18mm lens. The car drifts, leaving trails of light and tires smoke, creating a visually striking and abstract composition. The camera tracks low, capturing the sleek olive green muscle car as it approaches a corner. As the car executes a dramatic drift, the shot becomes more stylized. And it's that type of description where, again, you're describing the type of scene that you want to see, the type of shot, the type of camera. This is all stuff I haven't seen before. And we have some benchmarks, and I'm going to show you some more examples, but let me talk about the benchmarks really quickly. So here we go. This is basically human preference, and we have 4 different text to video models. We have Meta Movie Gen by Meta, Kling 1.5, Minimax, and Sora Turbo. And where you see this green is where Veo is preferred over the other models. So you could see, and surprisingly, compared to Sora Turbo, it has the largest preference percentage. All right, you wanna see another wild example? Check this out. This is a reflection in the mirror that is absolutely wild. This woman is looking into the mirror, and you can actually see the reflection perfectly. And as the camera pans around the back of her head, the reflection in the mirror looks flawless. Let me read the prompt as you're watching. The camera moves in a slow dolly shot, revealing the opulence of a Renaissance palace chamber adorned with gold inlaid furniture, velvet drapes, and chandeliers casting soft, flickering light. A queen sits motionless at a gilded desk, her crimson silk gown cascading on the floor like spilled blood. Now, we don't really see that. We see a little bit, look at that, a little bit under the actual person, just a glimpse of it, but it's there. On the desk lies an unsigned letter. There's that. Its edges curled with age. There it is. You can kind of see it's a little wavy. The camera frames her from behind, catching the reflection of her stoic face in a massive ornate mirror. In the background, couriers murmur, their silhouettes dancing like ghosts in the candlelight. The room feels heavy, every gilded detail amplifying an air of betrayal and paranoia. The color palette alternates between deep regal reds and cold golds, with chiaroscuro, which hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, I feel like I'm not, lighting intensifying the drama, shot on 70mm film for rich texture evoking the grandeur of historical masterpieces. Really beautiful. The level of detail, the reflection, the physics, it's all so good. Thank you to Careerist for partnering with me on this video. I've worked with Careerist before, and I'm excited to tell you about them again. Careerist provides accessible and interactive online boot camps to help individuals break into tech, specifically software QA engineering. These courses are tailored for people with no tech background, offering mentorship, hands-on practice, and career advice. With over 1,000 graduates employed across 42 states, Careerist is a trusted platform for entering the tech industry. The tech industry offers a lot of benefits, including really competitive salaries, high demand for professionals, and plenty of opportunities for growth. Obviously, I've been in tech my whole life, and I love it. These tech roles can offer salaries of up to $113K per year, with no coding experience required. Quality assurance is going to be more in demand than ever because of artificial intelligence. All of this code being written by AI needs to be checked thoroughly. Plus, there's a wide range of different projects you can work on, and it is very remote work friendly. So invest in yourself, check out Careerist. They're offering $600 off exclusively to my viewers. So use the promo code Matthew to get that $600 off. I'll drop all of the links down below. Please check them out. If you're considering getting in tech, definitely just get in touch with them and check it out and learn more. And thank you again to Careerist for partnering with me on this video. Now, back to the video. All right, here's a limitation, and I've actually seen a bunch of examples of this type of video. Let me show you the Sora version of it first. This is a gymnast where she's performing some gymnastics, but her legs and her torso do not look connected at all. It's kind of silly. And we're seeing the same thing here. So now this is VO2. This is a woman ice skating, really performing a beautiful dance, but you could tell her torso kind of gets removed from her legs spin around, they disappear for a little second. It looks like she would be paralyzed after doing these moves. So definitely not real, but still impressive. And here's another example. It seems like highly physical movements are still a big issue for text-to-video models. This is obviously a skateboarder doing moves, but as soon as he takes off the ground, all of the physics go out the window. It still looks really cool in my opinion, but still, it doesn't look realistic. He's doing moves, his legs are flung all over the place, it gets a bit blurry, just doesn't look good whatsoever in terms of realism. All right, here's another incredible example of realistic physics, both liquid physics and thicker liquid physics, but check this out. The sun rises slowly behind a perfectly plated breakfast scene. Thick golden maple syrup pours in slow motion over a stack of fluffy pancakes, each one releasing a soft, warm steam cloud. A close-up of crispy bacon sizzles, sending tiny embers of golden grease into the air. We don't necessarily see that, but still it looks good. Coffee pours in smooth, swirling motion into a crystal clear cup, filling it with deep brown layers of crema. Scene ends with a camera swoop into a fresh cut orange, revealing its bright, juicy segments in a stunning macro detail. So we don't see the fresh cut orange. I don't see that anywhere. So it didn't pick up some of the details of the prompt, but still beautiful output. And check this out. This one is a beekeeper and he looks absolutely real. The movements of the bees look completely real. Let me read this prompt as you watch the video. The camera floats gently through rows of pastel painted wooden beehives, buzzing honeybees gliding in and out of frame. The motion settles on the refined farmer standing at the center, his pristine white beekeeping suit gleaming in the golden afternoon light. He lifts a jar of honey, tilting it slightly to catch the light. Behind him, tall sunflowers sway rhythmically in the breeze. We're seeing all of that so far. Their petals glowing in the warm sunlight. The camera tilts upward to reveal a retro farmhouse, so we don't see that, with mint green shutters. I don't see that at all. Shot with a 35mm lens on Kodak Portra 400 film. That type of description of the lens, the film type, the camera type, that's only stuff that I've seen in text-to-image models and specifically stuff like Midjourney. Really impressive that that can translate to video models now. The golden light creates rich textures on the farmer's glove, marmalade jar, and weathered wood of the beehives, all of which we are seeing there. So here's what Google DeepMind is showing off as their kind of core differentiating features versus other video models. Enhanced realism and fidelity significantly improves over other AI video models in terms of detail, realism, and artifact reduction. Advanced motion capabilities. Veo represents motion to a high degree of accuracy thanks to its understanding of physics and its ability to follow detailed instructions. And greater camera control options. Interprets instructions precisely to create a wide range of shot styles, angles, movements, and combinations of all of these. All right, and let me show you a few more examples that I found. Thanks, Billawall, for showing me this. So this is Veo 2 versus Sora. So this is gonna really show you the difference in quality. So here is Veo on the top, a side-scrolling shot of a rhinoceros walking through a dry field of low grass plants. Now on the top, what you're seeing is Veo, which I'd say this is really good. The body is kind of rigid and it looks obviously fake, but compared to Sora, which actually the movements of Sora look realer, but all of a sudden the physics completely break down about halfway through the video and it just seems like the rhinoceros is walking on the moon. So definitely weird, but I would give the win to Veo. In terms of realistic movements for the first few seconds, Sora might have the win, but overall Veo is better. So the next example is Matt Wolf, and this one looks phenomenal. This is Veo 2, and this is straight out of a nature documentary, as Matt Wolf says. I mean, I cannot really find any mistakes with it. The ears, the horn, the movements, the physics around it, it all looks really good. All right, so here's another one. Horse running, beautiful horse running down a path, goes right through the fence, but overall, really good. Here's another one. Horse coming towards the camera, not showing the full body. This one looks more real. Here's another one, horse running down a tiled path. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I think the horse has slightly unrealistic movements, but okay. And here's another one. I think all of them actually look quite good. I don't see anything wrong with the legs, the movement, trying to find anything wrong with it, but it just looks really good. So here's a couple from the Highlow video model just to show as comparison. Here's one. I think it looks okay, definitely not nearly as good. The galloping doesn't look as realistic. Here's another one, same one. This one looks horrible. They're kind of floating. One kind of morphs into the Mustang car, just really bad. Here's one from Sora Turbo. Definitely the legs are kind of shifting and moving like they wouldn't. I don't think rhinoceroses have that type of dynamic movement, so not great. And the ears seem to morph a little bit if you just watch as it's moving, just very awkward. So here's a pelican riding a bike, obviously not very real at all, but still I think it looks good. This car driving down the street, obviously in a mountain road, and now going off a waterfall, I think this looks fantastic. Obviously not real, but it looks real. This shot is incredible. This is the future of video games right here. This is kind of a market bazaar in the sky. Here's one that could be a Pixar movie. All of these, I think, are just stunning. Here's another one where there's a car drifting, kind of what we've seen before. Obviously, look at this. Look how impressive this is. The license plate says Veo and doesn't move at all. It's just flawless. Here's another with some potatoes as chefs. And then look at this. This is a piece of fabric falling on a piece of marble. Just stunning physics. I don't see anything wrong with it. All right, the next one is a woman playing a guitar with a cat sitting next to them, and a man walks right by, and as it covers up the woman and the cat, it reappears after he walks by and just is perfect. I wouldn't be able to tell that this was AI generated. Here's an octopus on the ocean floor. Again, the physics just look phenomenal. A little bit of morphing. Here's some cards being shuffled together. This looks okay, not great to be honest. The fingers actually look really good. Here's a cat running, jumping on something. Okay, tell me this isn't flawless. I don't see a single thing wrong with it. Here's a couple giraffes running. Yep, again, very flawless. Animal movement, it seems to have nailed perfectly. Now, this is the one that people are beyond excited about. The physics in the cutting of this tomato are flawless. Look at this. Look at that. All of the reflections, the physics of the tomato moving, so impressive. So that's it. Let me know what you think. It's pretty darn impressive, right? I am beyond blown away. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.